Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Oh my goodness, it has been a day. I'm a little bit loopy. I'm a little bit out of it. If I sound like crap or look like crap, please forgive me. I basically haven't slept for 24 hours since the launch of Diablo 4, and then I'm recording this video to let you know about some things I wish I would have known so that you can avoid my mistakes. Maybe you haven't played yet, or you're level 10 and you're kind of developing through the game. I've leveled up all the way past level 50 within 24 hours of the game coming out, and I've talked with a lot of different people. I've played with different people. I've gotten into a lot of the different mechanics, and I've kind of rushed them. So I'm going to take a hindsight look and try to walk you through some things to really take note of on your way to get up to the end game of level 50 plus and all of that. Plus, also want to really thank all of you. We hit 10,000 subscribers here on the channel within the last day since the launch of Diablo 4, and I appreciate you all so much. So in this video, we're going to give away that ultimate copy of Diablo 4, and I will do it as soon as possible. So to the winner, go ahead and message me on Discord. So I'll let you know who won. I'll show you the comment, and I'll also be walking you through some of the things that I learned here on the process of rushing Diablo 4 on the first day of the early access. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, to give away the free ultimate version of Diablo 4, it is going to be Lord Warcorn 13 was the random commenter and subscriber to the channel down below that one, with the comment of, "Hey Chosen, I think I will go for Sorcerer because I played the beta and loved the Hydra heads. Thanks for all the vids for Raid and Diablo. Keep up the good work." Hey, appreciate you, Lord Warcorn, and get with me on Discord. The link is down below. Once you join the server, just tag me wherever you want or reach out to me. The DMs will be public, and you can claim your free ultimate version of Diablo 4. I will send the key over your way. So, okay, let's dive into some of the things that I would do or I've learned with hindsight here. So first of all, what the plan was we were going to kind of go through the game, rushing the campaign, but also making sure that we got all of the strongholds and the altars of Lilith on our way through finishing the campaign. So what we were going to do was sacrifice beating the campaign super fast, with the bonus of when we do actually finish the campaign, we'll have everything done and we can just go straight into like the capstone dungeon end game type of stuff. So the first thing I would let you know is that didn't really work out. That didn't really go as planned. So because you don't end up like needing to go to every single nook and cranny of the map on your way to finishing the campaign. So and it also just becomes hard to kind of track. If you're playing solo, it might be a little bit easier, but I was in a group where people are like, "Hey, teleport on me," and "Hey, do you have this altar yet? Have you done this yet?" And it got a little bit confusing. I probably would have went about it a little bit different than the original plan. If I were to go back and do it again, I would probably just rush the campaign and not even worry about the altars and all of that. And I would take the time to mark the ones I do get on a comprehensive interactive map. Like they have got this one over at d4builds.gg. I'll try to remember to link to it down below for you. And what you can do is once you log in and have an account, it's kind of a pain and it seems like a hassle, but I think it's worth it to, when you get an altar, just go ahead and click it on the map. So they've got it. You see how like you get altars of Lilith, you can clear progress and start from scratch, because I'm going to have to like go through and do this. Because the thing is, when you get to a point like me where you have like 130 out of 160 altars, what 30 am I missing? I don't know. So now I'm going to have to go through all of them one by one, and I'm going to have to like redo this. And it would have been easier to just take the 5 seconds each time to mark it on the map that I have it. So the altar mechanic ends up being a little bit painful if you don't do it perfectly right and take the time to manage it from the start. And also, grouping up is not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I thought that the optimal strategy was going to be play on World Tier 1 and blast through the campaign as fast as possible, not worrying about grouping up or anything like that. Well, the thing is, and that's still a fine strategy, that's perfectly viable. You can do that if you prefer to play solo and you just want to blast the campaign. You're not going to be like awfully behind or anything. But I also think grouping up is valuable because I grouped up with 4 other people, and even despite the fact that one of the people was having problems with their computer and they were like crashing and stuff, which cost us like an hour or two maybe, we were still the highest level people in our clan, and we have a lot like 50, 60, 70 really good players, and our group was #1 in terms of level. And when it comes to your capstone dungeon that you're going to be doing in game to kind of move into world tier 3 and start unlocking some of the end game type content, the bottleneck is going to be level 50. So it doesn't matter if you finish your capstone dungeon at level 41, you need to get to level 50 anyway. So you might as well kind of, like, it's not going to hurt you any to group up, because what we did was we played in a group of 4. And because we were in a group of 4, we got the bonus XP for grouping up. We were there to remind each other to chug our XP elixirs that you can craft at the Alchemist. And we're able to blast through World Tier 2 very easily because we're in a group and we can do things like cycle our cooldown abilities on elite fights and really play a lot more optimally and cycle to have a way better flow than if it was just one person playing. So we like when we were level like 40, everyone else in our clan was like level 32. We were blasting through by playing in a group, and you don't have to feel bad about it. It's not a disadvantage like I thought it might be before the game actually hit launch. So really the race is getting to level 50 to get into world tier 3 as fast as possible, because this weapon right here was like a 60% damage increase when I found this sacred legendary staff, and this is what you're going to start getting, those sacred drops on world tier 3. So when I went into world tier 3, I got this within like 15 minutes, and you can see the damage per second is 1607. The one I was using before this was like 900. I mean, it was just a way outlandish upgrade for me and completely changed how I was able to farm and clear things with the burst damage. Now, the build that I ended up doing, that I said I was going to do before launch, it worked pretty well. I can, like, even in a group of 4 on world tier 2, I could tell, like, when they weren't attacking or I ended up being in a situation where I was solo, the build that I posted yesterday, it performed just fine. I wouldn't really play a different build. Even with hindsight, I think I made a pretty solid choice. There's other viable options on the sorcerer. Like, there's a chain lightning version and the fire version and all that. I think the fire version is a little bit safer, but a little bit slower. And it might be a wash between the lightning and the cold, but with the cold constantly proccing the vulnerable and stuff for your group, I think it's going to be a pretty solid choice. And even if I did the whole process over again, I would probably go with the exact same build that I posted yesterday. And I also want to touch on the renown system a little bit here, because I think players are prioritizing like finishing rank 4 a little bit too, like putting too much stock in that. Really, all you need to do is get ranks 1, 2, and 3 to get the 2 different skill points you're going to get, because level 4 is basically worthless. You get a negligible amount of gold and you get a plus of a max to 80 obols. Like, okay, now the +4 Paragon points, you're absolutely going to have to get these at some point. You're going to have to go through these different areas in the game and absolutely scoop up the Paragon points. But that's not like the goal. The goal, like on launch, like the first few days you're playing, the first week or whatever, is you want to get into world tier 3 and start doing those nightmare dungeons, start doing the Tree of Whispers, and that is what's really going to snowball your progress and make you way more powerful. Get into the Paragon board and all that type of stuff. So once you get up to 1, 2, and 3 here on your renown region progress, go ahead and calm down a little bit on it if you want and focus on other stuff, like getting into those end game mechanics and the nightmare dungeons and all of that. And speaking of the sigils and stuff that may confuse you if you are a newer player and you're kind of starting to get into thinking about World Tier 3, that's when you're going to start being able to do these nightmare sigils where they are going to change and alter a dungeon that you want to clear. Now, it's going to confuse you a little bit, but these each have a tier. You can see this one is tier 2, this one is tier 4, this one's tier 2. The higher the tier, the tougher it is going to be, the higher of a level the enemies are going to be in game. And you want to be at a level where they're about 2 or 3 levels above you. That's where you'll be getting the optimal XP, as long as you're able to clear it effectively. If not, then do a lower tier 1. But you kind of want to monitor that, like what level you're fighting against, and keep it about 2 or 3 above you. And you can also, if you're progressing well, and let's say, you know, you want to be doing tier 5 sigils, you can salvage some of your tier 1 sigils. They show up under the consumables tab. You can salvage these and get dust to be able to craft other sigils. So that is one of the first kind of end game mechanics you're going to want to really understand. And you get the first kind of entrance into the nightmare sigils by starting with the Tree of Whispers once you unlock that mechanic and you've finished the campaign and all of that. So once you have finished the campaign, kind of go over here to the Tree of Whispers waypoint and start kind of doing that mechanic where you get the Grim Favors down here and try to double dip and then fill up that bar, go claim it, and eventually you'll start getting some of the Nightmare Sigil dust and also Nightmare Sigils themselves that you can run. And then once you're in those Nightmare dungeons, other sigils will drop and all that stuff, and you can dive into the Paragon board and you can start upgrading your glyphs and kind of diving into all those mechanics that are going to really snowball your power. So definitely prioritize all of that. So boom, there we have it. I'm super worn out and run down and tired, but I appreciate all of you, and I wanted to get a video out here on the channel just kind of having a general talk after the first 24 hours. It's actually about exactly 24 hours as of right now, as of me kind of wrapping up recording this, and it is going to be a wild grind as we head into the weekend for the first initial weekend of Diablo 4. And shout out to all of you that subscribed recently. It means a lot, and I'm so appreciative to hit 10,000 subscribers here on the channel. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you soon in the next video. Good luck in Diablo 4. And shout out to Lord Warcorn for being the lucky random winner commenting on the last video to get the Diablo 4 Ultimate version. I will see you all soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Diablo 4 content, and I will see you soon in the next video. Good luck this weekend. Peace.